Hello everyone, my name is Valerie Padilla and I'm going to be doing my week one introduction slash presentation for MPA 540, Human Resource Management for Public Sector. So an overview of what I will be covering in this presentation is an introduction about myself. I will be covering the Tides of Reform um, that was authored by Paul Light and what he identified as philosophies that influence the performance of government and human resource management. So, a little bit about myself. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you already know. I have a big blended family. I have a total of 7 kids, 4 grandkids, and 2 that are on the way, so soon to be 6 grandkids. I have worked for Riverside County at the law offices of the public defender for the past 6 years. I currently work as a paralegal slash notary slash translator, and I work in the complex litigation unit, which primarily focuses on all life cases, life sex cases, gang cases, um, for the entire county, which includes the Southwest, Banning, and Riverside region of the county. Um, right now, I've been stepping into a role more of kind of like an investigative role. So I've been doing a lot of training on hands-on training and going into that role. I'm not sure if that's the role that I want to stay with, but it just seems like that's my position is what it's evolving into. Um, I do have hopes to go to law school, so I did already attend 1 semester of law school, but at the time, I wanted to do the dual MPA program because I felt like it fit better with what I was trying to do and aspiring to do with my career, which is like nonprofits, you know, maybe hopefully getting into politics. So I knew that it wasn't going to be manageable doing my law degree, so I took a step back and decided to take the MPA program at CBU because I had already attended CBU and I liked their Christian integration because, for me, I know things are really hectic and hard, and things are always seem to be easier when I have God by my side. So I love the Christian integration. So now that's what I'm doing. I'm finishing up my MPA, and I'm deciding right now if I want to kind of just roll with the investigative role or if I want to go back to law school and pursue that. So it's a lot to think about because I have a big family and I'm very family oriented, and I have a lot going on with my family as far as sports, their education, and their well-being is always my number one focus. So that's basically all about me. There's not a lot more to me. I don't really do anything besides work, take care of my family, and go to school. So moving on, I'll be discussing the Tides of Reform, which was developed by Paul Light. He identified 4 reform philosophies that influence the performance of government and human resource management. And the first topic that he discussed, the first philosophy he discussed was scientific management. And it basically talked about the emphasis of operations and improving productivity. And this encompasses analyzing, work processes in human resources, what makes things more efficient, and methods to standardize and have clear chains of command and improving the division of labor. Another philosophy that Paul Light talked about in the Tides of Reform was war on waste, which he focused on the reducing of or wasting government funds and government cuts and having accountability for the government budgets. And I think this goes hand in hand with, you know, just our budgets that are we come into account every year when they are considering what type of cuts need to be done, whether it be for labor costs, um, benefit costs, and those types of costs of living. Those are really important for people who are employed with the government. Another philosophy that was covered was the watchful eye, which talked about like distrust within the government and the desire to be transparent. And so I think, being a government worker, we need to take accountability and prevent, abuses of, the power that we're given and the interest of serving the public and meeting and conducting business in a transparent manner that is accessible to the public. And lastly, I want to talk about the liberation management, which measures how flexible and responsive the government is, and that they focus on achieving, high performance within government agencies that advocates for employees and empowering them, um, and fostering a culture of responsibility. So I think that is very important when we are trying to evaluate outcomes and when there's oversight being done within the government. I'm at the end of my presentation. I would like to thank you guys for listening, and you guys have a great weekend.